Hey guys, we're here with our next battle of the NPl Tryout tournaments, and we're going up against MadArcher. I can't remember the numbers. It's just so I'm gonna call him MadArcher. He's a really cool dude. We were talking in the Twitter chat and whatnot. If he has a YouTube channel, it will definitely be down in the description below. So look at the team that he has. He has Mega Lopunny, Heatran, Gliscor, Crocodile, Arcanine, Druddigon, Trevenant, Gastrodon, and Steelix. My team, of course, is Mega Blastoise, Jirachi, Togekiss, Heracross, Arcanine, Tyrantrum, Rotom-Mow, Weezing, and Kecleon. Does his team look a little bit familiar? That's because he has four members from my GPSL team back in Season 1. He has that Mega Lopunny, Crocodile, Arcanine, and Steelix, that traitorous Mega Lopunny. Mega Lopunny is officially a traitor because it's not on my team, but that's okay. I chose to have Mega Blastoise. But I know how much of a problem Mega Lopunny is. So the first thing I put on this team was a really defensive mon that can handle Mega Lopunny as best as I could. So here I have our Weezing, Methane, holding the Black Sludge with the ability Levitate, has the moves Pain Split, Will-O-Wisp, Toxic, and Sludge Bomb with 248 HP, 252 defense, and 8 special attack with a Bold Nature. It's just as defensive as I can get. I'm taking approximately 20% from Fake Outs and approximately 35% from returns. Obviously, HJKs are doing way less than that. And this is my best wall to Mega Lopunny. I have decently reliable recovery in the form of Pain Split. I can Will-O-Wisp it, and I have Sludge Bomb for damage. But the reason I have Toxic Spikes is because if he brings that Heatran would wall my Weezing. Pretty much any Weezing set you can run. So the plan is to switch in on this on Mega Lopunny and then set up Toxic Spikes on the predicted Heatran switch in. He doesn't have very good hazard removal because his only potential hazard removal is Defog Gliscor. So we're going to make sure we get I want to do as much as we can with our hazards. So up next we have Superstar, our Jirachi, holding the Expert Belt with the ability Serene Grace, has the moves Stealth Rock, Icy Wind, Psychic, and Energy Ball with 40 HP, 252 special attack, and 216 speed with a Timid Nature. That amount of speed will be outspeeding the Mega Lopunny when the Mega Lopunny is at -1 from the Icy Wind. I OHKO with Psychic, and I did not want to run a Choice Scarf because you guys will see later why. And mostly, another reason I didn't want to run Choice Scarf is because this is the only mon on this team of 6 that gets Stealth Rock, and I really want Stealth Rock because, as I had said, he doesn't have good hazard removal. Stealth Rock is great for the Arcanine switch-ins, and overall, it's just stopping a lot of switch-ins. Icy Wind is to slow things down, Psychic is to be able to hit the Mega Lopunny, and Energy Ball is to be able to hit the multitude of Grass-weak Pokemon, actually just being Crocodile and Gastrodon. This is mostly for Crocodile because Crocodile would be a decent check to Jirachi. Believe me, I know. I've used Crocodile against Jirachi back in the GPSL, back in both Week 7 and the Semifinals. So, overall, this thing is kind of like a utility mon a little bit. I need quite a bit of grass coverage because the Gastrodon, believe it or not, is actually a decent check to my team. Because Gastrodon is really the only thing that's stopping Blastoise entirely. Because his entire team is either weak to water or weak to ice. Besides Gastrodon and Mega Lopunny. But even Mega Lopunny does not want to be taking those hits due to potential Scald Burns. So, I want a lot to deal with the Gastrodon overall. Up next, we have Cupcake, our Togekiss. Holding the leftovers with the ability Serene Grace, has the moves Heal Bell, Wish, Thunder Wave, and Air Slash with 248 HP, 136 defense, and 124 special defense, and a Bold Nature. That amount of defense is making sure I'm not 2-hit KO'd by a return from Mega Lopunny. I can Thunder Wave the Mega Lopunny, potentially slow it down. Always have the Thunder Wave, Air Slash, Hacks, Core. I feel like it'll become in clutch this week, but we also have Wish and Heal Bell because keeping the Blastoise healthy is pretty much my only way to win due to the fact that Heatran is such a good check to my team. I actually originally had a Tyrantrum on this team that had Rock Polish and then no Stab. It had Rock Polish, Ice Fang, Superpower, and Earthquake to deal with his team. But it was ultimately replaced by Arcanine, and I feel like Arcanine does the job better at what I'm trying to accomplish with it. So keeping the Mega Blastoise as healthy as possible is going to be important, which is why I have Heal Bell and Wish. And then Thunder Wave for support and Air Slashes so I'm not completely useless offensively. Overall, You can't bring Jirachi without bringing Togekiss, even though I did that 1 week. But we're just going to pretend that didn't happen for the sake of this. So overall, this is really just a good check to most of his team. It's a good cleric, and it's the best one I have on my roster. But up next, we have the star of the show, Leonardo, our Mega Blastoise, holding the Blastoise tonight with the ability Mega Launcher. Has the moves Scald, Ice Beam, Hidden Power Grass, and Rapid Spin. With 52 HP, 252 special attack, and 204 speed with a Timid Nature. That amount of speed is speed creeping a Heatran that has speed crept my Tyrantrum, I believe. Because the only way I'll outspeed the Heatran guaranteed is if I run like max speed Timid, just because my base speed is 78, Heatran's is base 77. So I don't want to do that. I want a little bit of bulk, so that's what we are going with. Scald is to hit pretty much his entire team. Whatever Scald doesn't hit, being Druddigon and Trevenant and Gastrodon, Hidden Power Grass and Ice Beam will hit. Ice Beam for Druddigon and Trevenant, and Hidden Power Grass for the Gastrodon. And then Rapid Spin is for the sake of getting rid of hazards. I couldn't put Defog on Togekiss this week, so he threw Spin on Mega Blastoise. There's not a lot on his team that can switch in safely to the Mega Blastoise, other than probably the Gastrodon, which is why I want that thing to be gone as quickly as possible. So up next, we have Amigo, our Arcanine, holding the Choice Scarf with the ability Flash Fire. Has the moves Flare Blitz, Extreme Speed, Close Combat, and Hidden Power Grass. With a 252 attack, 76 special attack, and 180 speed with a Lonely Nature. That amount of speed will be outspeeding the Mega Lopunny in combination with our Choice Scarf, which Mega Lopunny is the fastest thing on his team minus boosts and other Scarfers. Flare Blitz is good stab for pretty much his entire team. Extreme Speed is for the sake of priority. Close Combat is to be able to hit the Heatran, and Hidden Power Grass is to be able to hit the Gastrodon. It's a pretty stereotypical Arcanine set. We're running Flash Fire over Intimidate this week just because he has a Heatran and he has Will-O-Wisp and Trevenant. I believe Steelix and Druddigon maybe get like fire moves. I know Crocodile gets Fire Fang. Mega Lopunny could be running Fire Punch, but overall, I probably won't see them. It's mostly because this is a good check to the Heatran if he's not running Earth Power on it. So, that is our Arcanine this week, but up next, last but not least, we have Toro, our Rotom-Mow, holding the leftovers with the ability Levitate. Has the moves Leaf Storm, Volt Switch, Will-O-Wisp, and Pain Split with 248 HP, 232 special defense, and 28 speed with a Calm Nature. That amount of speed is outspeeding all variants of Druddigon, so I can burn it with Will-O-Wisp. Overall, this thing is really just a momentum gainer. Volt Switch is nice, minus the fact that he has 4 ground types. Count them, 4 ground types. However, Crocodile and Gastrodon do not appreciate Leaf Storms, and Gliscor and Steelix do not appreciate Will-O-Wisp unless the Gliscor is running Toxic Orb. But if the Gliscor is running Toxic Orb, that means it can't learn Defog, because Poison Heal and Defog you can't run on the same Gliscor. So, if he wants to be able to get rid of hazards, then he has to take a burn from my Gliscor. Or from my Rotom to his Gliscor. If he doesn't want to get rid of hazards, then hazards are there to stay. So, this is the team we are going into the battle with. You guys will see what happened right about now. See you over at the battle later. Alright guys, here we are at the battle. Looking at the team he brought, he has Mega Traitor, Crocodile, Arcanine, Gastrodon, Trevenant, and Gliscor. Pretty excited to not see Heatran. I was kind of expecting Heatran instead of Arcanine, but that is great for us. Now, looking at what he has to lead off with, Arcanine is decently safe. So, I'm going to go ahead and do just that and lead off with the Arcanine. He's going to lead off with his Mega Traitor. I'm predicting just a Mega Evolution and a Fake Out. Pretty simple turn, so I'm going to go straight into my Weezing because it is my Mega Lopunny wall. He goes for the Fake Out, gets the crit, and the crit did 21%, which is fine by me. This thing does a pretty good job at walling Mega Lopunny. I'm going to go ahead and set up my Toxic Spikes, predicting the switch out. He decides to go into the Gastrodon, which I'm not sure why. Probably predicting me to go for the Sludge Bomb so he can resist it. But I can go pretty safely into my Rotom-Mow. And I'm just going to go for a Will-O-Wisp, kind of predicting him to stay in so he gets some residual recovery, but he's just going to go into the Trevenant, which honestly was a really good play. I really should have expected that. So the Will-O-Wisp is going to fail because he's going to get poisoned by my Poison Toxic Spikes, that's what they're called. And we're just going to go ahead and take this opportunity to Volt Switch out. And we're going to go right into my Arcanine and threaten him out with a Flare Blitz. He's going to go for a Shadow Claw. Unfortunately, we have a minus defense nature. which just means we're going to be taking more from that Shadow Claw. So I threaten him out with the Flare Blitz. So I'm going to go ahead and go into my Togekiss, predicting him to want to switch out into something else, and he's going to decide to go into his Gashadon. I'm just going to go ahead and set up a Wish, predicting him to probably go for like an Ice Beam, but he's going to go for a Clear Smog. So he probably had Clear Smog on this Gashadon just in case I wanted it to be a Nasty Plot set. So I'm going to go ahead and set up the Wish, and I'm just going to start going for Air Slashes because there's not much he can do to me, clearly. He did go for Ice Beam, which means his best move for me is Clear Smog. So there's no reason to not go for Air Slashes. We are going to get the flinch, and 2 flinches in a row make that, which is great for us. He's just going to keep taking that poison damage, and we're going to miss our 3rd Air Slash, and he's going to get a recover off. So a little unfortunate, but it was bound to happen after I got 2 flinches. So we're just going to keep going for Air Slashes. There's no reason to not. He doesn't have a good switch into this to an Air Slash because he didn't bring the Heatran, nor did he bring the Steelix. So we just keep going for Air Slashes. Whenever we don't flinch, he recovers. Whenever we do flinch, he obviously flinches. There's not much to talk about in this turns. So, yeah. Toxic Spikes. Yeah, eventually he's just going to go for a Scald. Trying to burn my Togekiss, but I do have Heal Bell just in case he did. He fortunately doesn't. And we're going to go for an Air Slash, and down goes the Gashadon. So the biggest problem to my Mega Blastoise is out of the way. He's going to go into his Gliscor here, and I'm going to go into my Blastoise, predicting I could pretty much take an Earthquake or a Knockoff if you wanted to go for that, but he is just going to set up the rocks. Which is fine because I coincidentally run into my Spinner. I'm going to predict him to switch into his Trevenant, trying to spin block me, so I'm just going to go straight for the Ice Beam. I do get the crit, and we ran the calcs. The crit did matter, which is a little unfortunate, but I would have outsped the Trevenant and killed with a 2nd Ice Beam, just in case, so it's okay. He brings in his Mega Lopunny, and I'm going to go hard into my Weezing. The Weezing takes almost no damage from the Fake Out, but then he reveals that he has Facade, and I'm kind of regretting setting up these Toxic Spikes right about now, because Facade is doing a lot of damage with that poison. So we're just going to fire off a Sludge Bomb, thinking I was walling him, but he's going to take me down with a Facade. I really didn't expect Facade, but what can you do? We're going to go into our Arcanine, and we're just going to fire off a Choice Scarf Close Combat, but he's going to predict that and go into the Gliscor, because Gliscor does a great job of walling my Arcanine. The way I brought it in, he obviously knows I'm Scarf. There's no way I'm not. So Gliscor does a great job of walling my team. I'm going to go hard into my Mega Blastoise. Excuse me. Because I can take an Earthquake, I can take a Knockoff, and I'm just going to go for a Scald because whatever on his team doesn't want to take it. And the Scald is actually going to kill the Gliscor. The calcs I was running with the Gliscor said that I was predicting him to bring, that was a 2-hit KO. But Oko is fine with me. We didn't get a crit or anything, so he probably was running like more of an offensive Gliscor. He's going to bring in his Arcanine. I'm going to go into my Jirachi, predicting a Wild Charge to come out. And at this point, I'm actually going to go for an Energy Ball, predicting the Crocodile to come in. But he is just going to stay in and fire off a Flare Blitz. Now, that sucks really bad. So Jirachi's going to go down. We have no possible way of getting up Stealth Rocks. And right now, nothing on my team that I have outspeeds this Arcanine, so I'm going to go into my Togekiss, running the calcs. I know I can take a Wild Charge, barely. So I'm going to take the Wild Charge, and I'm going to set up a Wish as he's going to go down to Recoil. He decides to bring in his Mega Lopunny. He's just going to kill me off with a Fake Out, which is okay. So the Mega Lopunny is going to take out my Togekiss. It's 3-2. We're going to go into my Arcanine. I was really expecting him to go for a Quick Attack, so I'm going to go for an Extreme Speed, but he is just going to switch into his Crocodile, which means he probably does not have Quick Attack. So the Crocodile is going to be able to take 2 Choice Scarf Extreme Speeds pretty easily and just kill me off with a Knockoff. Unfortunately, the Poison will not kill him, and he is a Moxie set. Now, at this point, I don't know why I wasn't thinking Scarf Moxie. So, what I should have done here is just go into my Blastoise and stay with my Blastoise. But I was predicting, I don't know why I didn't think of Scarf. So, the reason I did that was I went into Blastoise, baiting him to go for an Earthquake, so I could switch into my Rotom, and he died of the poison. And then I sack off my Rotom, and, or I could take one hit from the Rotom, I could take the Fake Out, and then I could potentially kill it, the Mega Lopunny with a Leaf Storm, go into my Blastoise and do whatever damage I needed left. But he is just going to go for a Knockoff, and that's going to do a lot of damage to my Rotom. And Crocodile's going to go down, but Mega Lopunny is just going to fake out my Rotom. Rotom's going to go down. And all that's standing in between me and victory is the Mega Lopunny, and I have my Mega Blastoise. He's at 6% health, but he outspeeds me. He's going to go for the high jump kick. I was pretty surprised to see high jump kick. I was really expecting him to just go for the 100% accurate facade. He does get a crit on the high jump kick, but we did the calcs that did not matter. As you guys saw in the team preview, I only had 52 HP for any kind of defense investment. So he is going to take the victory from us, but that is okay. I don't want to say take the victory from us. He definitely played terrifically. He prepped awesome. Facade, Mega Lopunny, I really did not see coming. So GG to MadArcher. I almost called him Mega Archer for some reason. GG to MadArcher. If he has a YouTube channel, I'm not sure if he does. It will be down in the description below. He moves on to face Adam the Bee's Knees in the finals. You guys know Adam the Bee's Knees. He's from our division, from the first team. So this does not mean we are out of the NPL. What happens is that the person who wins this tournament gets a guaranteed spot in the NPL, but the other 3 spots that they have open are for people that made a good impression in the NPL. So it is not over for us. There is still a good chance we could get into the NPL, and I will keep you guys updated if we do. If we don't, what happens. So thank you for checking out this video. A like and a subscription would be much appreciated if you want to see more content from me. But for now, I will see you next time. Later.